In today's Sharp Saturday video, which is going to be the first Sharp Saturday video in quite a while, we're going to take a look at the Zippo Axesaw. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me. Kind of a froggy throat kind of day here. But as I said, today it's going to be the first Sharp Saturday video in quite a while. And we're going to take a look at this Zippo Axesaw. I actually got this one in a battle box. But first, since it is Labor Day weekend as this video comes out, a big thank you to the sponsors for today's video, the folks at Hog Holsters. We'll let you know that Hog Holsters is having their Labor Day sale. You can save 12% off using the coupon code Labor Day. That sale is going to run through Monday, September the 4th, 11:59 Mountain Time, PM Mountain Time. And you can check out Hog Holster's new Stash holster, which is a pocket holster, which stands for Secure Thumb Activated Secret Holster. And the Stash lets you carry a pocket pistol in your pocket or anywhere else with the trigger safely protected, but ready for action. Hog Holsters save 12% through September the 4th, 2023 at 11:59 p.m. using the code Labor Day. After that, you can use the code Survival on Purpose and save 10%. As always, thanks again to the folks at Hog Holsters for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's talk about this here saw axe thingy from Zippo. Okay, here we are down at the old stump top, and here's a little closer look at the Zippo Axesaw. Really catchy name because it's an axe and a saw. They had to think about that one. So anyway, let's talk about the specs of this thing real quick, and I'll show you how it works, and we'll get to doing some of that axe saw stuff. So first of all, this thing has an 8.6-inch long blade this way, a 5-inch blade this way. We're going to take a look at that in a minute. It's full tank going through here. It's 420 stainless steel, polymer handle. Comes with a 15-inch hardened steel saw blade. You can cut limbs up to 4 inches in diameter. Tent stake mallet on the back end of it. The safety sheath functions also as a padded, cushioned saw handle. Finally, kind of the overall dimensions are 8.6 inches this way, 20.3 inches this way, and 1.6 inches thick this way. And it weighs 2.6 pounds. So, let me show you how this thing works. So, first we'll take the saw off. This thing loosens up, got a nice toggle here. I'm gonna get a close-up of that. Spring-loaded little thing here, catch here, and it's hard to do it when you can't see it trying to make a video. We'll loosen up that way and it just comes right off. Then you got a little thumb screw down here. So unscrew that, a couple little notches here and there, little thumb notches. Just pop the sheath open, up, and then, okay, well, so we'll take a look at how this thing goes back together in just a minute. So first of all, to use the axe, you need to close this toggle back up. So go ahead and put the little spring-loaded adjuster, self-adjuster, get it down in the groove, then tighten up, snap that shut. So now, pop it in, you're good to go. Pretty simple. Let me just show you how to put the saw blade in, and then we'll get to doing some of that axe saw stuff. So first of all, release your toggle here. Take your axe sheath and put your blade in like so. So the little stud here goes through the hole in the blade. We'll do it like this. Put your saw blade over the little stud hole, like so. You see that right there, just like that. Then you close her up and take your little thumb screw and tighten it up. Fiddle with your toggle till you get it where it'll hook in the little hook there, and then just go ahead and snap it back. And it's self-adjusting, self-tensioning, and now you got a saw. So, since we already got it together, let's check out the saw part first. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. So, got this piece of wood. It's about 2.5 inches, not 4 inches. Pretty solid. Let's just see how well this thing cuts and how comfortable it is to use. You want to? We're gonna try to hold it down like so. And this is not super hard wood, it's pine. Not bad at all. Try again. Okay, so The only caveat, or I guess dig I'll have on it is you got to be real careful when you like that last cut, because the way your hands are here, there's no guard like there is on some saws, and so bang my hand into the edge of the cut. You see I got a little boo-boo. That being said, let's take this thing off now. Release that first, take the saw blade out, get back in, loosen this up, open up. I'll set the blade out of the way right now. Let's take a look at this. So it's kind of one of these flat steel axes, so it doesn't have a lot of bulk to it here. So as far as splitting goes, I think, you know, doesn't have a whole lot of width here to split, and this is probably going to wind up hitting up here, but depends on what you're splitting and how easily it splits and how big it is. We'll start with these. Okay, this is the one I just cut. We'll just see how well it works. Okay, it works really good when you hit it crooked, doesn't it? Not too bad on splitting there. Too bad there either. Let's try this piece of wood right here though. This is a different kind of wood. Not bad. Let's try one more. Let's split that again. Okay, we got a little knot there. I'm pretty sure it's gonna hit the top here before it splits the knot. Let's just see. Yep. So we can get her back in there. So we are bottomed out here and not split. So let's try it like this. And get back in the groove there. So we're through and still not split. It doesn't appear to have the ump to do it. So give one more shot here. I don't think it's gonna work though. All right, well, maybe kind of carve it off. Okay, so not really a splitting axe. Gonna be more of a chopping axe. And I would question why, unless you're cutting something bigger than 4 inches, if you got a saw, why you would need to chop with a hatchet, because saw's always easier than a hatchet. It's at least for cross cutting. But well, that does get us down to some pretty dry wood on the inside. So we're going to see how well this thing carves some of them there feathers, curls, or whatever you want to call it. It seems like it's got a pretty wicked good edge on it. And it also seems to be doing pretty good on the curls. Although I got to be careful not to dig too deep, because it makes them too fat. So not too bad for a hatchet. Now, let's see if we can get a couple of fat wood things going here. Ooh, look at that. Smell that. Oh, doesn't that, ooh, that smells so good. Okay. See if we can get some scraping here. I don't think it's going to scrape. It feels kind of smooth. A little too smooth to scrape, I think. We're getting a little, but not much. Not really. You know where we're going next, right? Got my, put this back in storage. Got my old ferro rod here. Let's see if we can figure out a way to get us some sparks over there. Oh yeah, look at it. Maybe there, maybe right there. Look at there. Would you look at that? Little notch right there. Did the trick. Wow. Well, worked pretty good on the practical stuff. The saw worked like you would expect a saw to work. It worked okay as splitting small stuff. Again, it's not a splitting axe. If you hit anything tough with a knot or whatever, you're going to run into a stop. And it actually was surprisingly good at the carving part of it. It's easy to choke up here, and it kind of balances right here really well. I didn't think it was going to work because it's not really that sharp feeling, but that little notch right there did great with a ferro rod. So all that practical stuff, it did really well. But as you know, here at Survival on Purpose, we all about the science. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the blade store safely and conveniently in the handle.
If you spell Chuck Norris in Scrabble, you win forever.
Okay, as I said, we're all about the science here at Survival on Purpose. And to that end, as you know, we maintain a state-of-the-art, cutting-edge testing facility where we like to test the aerodynamic balance of most of the bladed implements we check out here on the channel. And to do that, we use our balance, orientation, and rotation device. So I think it would behoove us to get all scientific with this thing. Don't you agree? Why don't we do that? Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah. Think we should do that again, don't you? Once more, why not? I think we're gonna call this one balance. Well, looks like our balance, orientation, and rotation device might need a little work, but honestly, I'm really surprised. I wasn't really sure how this thing was gonna respond because of the polymer handle and the fact that it's got this little doohickey on the end of it, which kind of gives it a little bit of a, you can feel it when you're hitting. When I was chopping with it, I could kind of feel a little bit of rattle here. Not a lot, but just, you know, of course, because it's not one piece. But I have to say, this thing absolutely surprised me with the balance. It held up great. So right now, the score would be a Zippo Axesaw 1 and balance, orientation, and rotation device 0. So maybe 3-0 actually. So that's it. That's a Zippo Axesaw, the axe that turns into a saw. And just my final thoughts on this thing. Obviously, any kind of tool that tries to compromise and be more than one thing, it's going to be like the jack of all trades and master of none. So as far as an axe goes, certainly this is not the best axe I've ever used. It's got some limitations as far as its axability. I like the fact that you can carry one item and have a saw and an axe, because a saw is really, really handy to have around camp. It's probably as handy or maybe even handier than a small axe. We didn't even check out the hammer pole, but I'm sure it's fine. I didn't have any tent stakes to drive today. I think it's pretty decently made. It seems to work really well, and it's balanced. That is the Zippo Axesaw. Thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I really sincerely appreciate your continued support. And remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.